Hello out there, and I've got a bit of a disappointing situation to share with you today regarding this CRKT Prowess. And the Prowess is a new for 2017 model from Ken Onion, one of my favorite designers of all time. And I'd wanted to get my hands on it and was really interested in the design because, as you can see, we've got a very attractive blade shape here, and overall the lines of the knife are, it's a really good looking knife. But I never got around to picking it up because of the price point. For the materials, I sort of thought this fell into the same category as the new Hi Jinx, where it was slightly overpriced, and I was just sort of waiting to get my hands on it if a deal would come along. And a deal did come along. GP Knives, who I had never bought from before, they had an early Black Friday deal going on, and so I saw this knife. I think it was in like the $35 price range, so I picked it up. GP Knives did awesome. They shipped it out. I got it before Thanksgiving, and they threw in a candy cane with it too, because happy holidays, right? And so I had a really good purchasing experience from them. I'll definitely buy from them again. But the bad news is that when I unboxed this knife, I noticed a problem with this immediately. And so what I noticed was as soon as I opened the knife, there was up and down. And you're not going to be able to see it or hear it or feel it on camera, but it's there. And let's take a look. I'll try to bring as close as possible the liner lock to the camera so you can get a look at what that lockup looks like. You can tell it is just not right. There is something wrong with the machining here that is just not clean. And that's unfortunate because when I did my review of the Hi Jinx, I remember talking about that knife and not really being thrilled with the materials that they used, but being very happy with the build quality and the manufacturing process and what a well-built knife that was. And so to have this problem on this knife, at this price point, a little bit of a disappointment here, and just in case you haven't ever come across like a bad kind of lockup, especially with a liner lock, I'm just going to bring in a few other liner lock knives to show you a few different good lockups. And then I'll bring back the Prowess so you can get a bit of an understanding. All right, so here's the Kaiser Dukes. Let me get this close up. And you can see it's just very flush. The lockup is going to be different on all these knives, just like the percentage of how far the liner actually meets the back of the blade. But you can see it's flush. There's not going to be anywhere for this blade to go. No up and down, no movement. We've got another Kaiser right here. Let's check this one out. Pretty much the same deal. It looks flush. Here's actually my carry knife for the day, my Spyderco Ambitious. Look at that. I don't even need to bring it close. You can see how flush that is, and maybe we are engaged a little bit more than we'd want to be with the whole liner, but lockup is still perfect. Last but not least, this one might be hard to see just because of where it actually locks up, but the Kershaw dividend is flush. Looks good. So after seeing those four, let's bring back the Prowess, and the difference is just really marked. All right, on that left side, there's just a bit of a gap. It just doesn't connect quite right. And so, a big disappointment there. So, unfortunately, I don't have a knife that I can really use or carry or test or review. So what this is going to end up being is a warranty issue. I know I could return the knife to GP Knives and go through that process and get a new one, but you want to know what? Those guys did a great job, and I don't want to create a hassle for them. They shipped really quickly. They were on point. I'm just going to go through the whole warranty process with CRKT, see how they handle it, see what they send me, and it should be pretty interesting. Hopefully at the end of this, I get a good knife that I can test and use, because again, this was a model that I was sort of looking forward to, and now that I have it in hand, I actually really like the design of it. So I am going to send this into CRKT, see what they send me back. This has happened before, guys, so this is, of course, it is a knock on CRKT because you don't want to have any kind of issues like this, but I've seen it with other companies before too. I've seen it with Kershaw Emerson's. I've seen it with some budget Spydercos and other things. So it does happen. But again, it is disappointing that a knife that I expected to be really well crafted for the money. Like that's sort of what I expected that extra price was, just the quality of the manufacturing, since we're not getting it with the materials. So anyway, guys, that's really all I have. Just wanted to share that with you. Definitely, I will follow up when the new knife comes in, and I'll let you know how the warranty experience goes. All right, but any questions, comments, complaints, suggestions, let me know down below. I appreciate it, and I will talk with you soon. Have a good one.